Welcome to Mike's Beer Channel on YouTube. We're headed towards the holidays.
Feliz Navidad and all that stuff. I don't know why I said Feliz Navidad.
I don't know.
It's bourbon. Or
And
brandy.
holidays
Lord.
mean eggnog. And eggnog needs alcohol in it. Now,
Unless you're, under 21.
I prefer a nice bourbon, but my wife prefers brandy. So this is Paul Mason or Masson.
Let's just go with Mason.
In the European tradition, amber is America's premier spirit, aged in handcrafted oak barrels. Rich color, intriguing fragrance, blah, 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 blah.
Fragrance? What are you, Peppy? No, but who was that used to do that?
Produced
Elmer
and bottled
Fudd.
by Sazerac.
Elmer Fudd.
Now, this is Grande Amber, very smooth. This is brandy with natural flavor. And let's see.
So we're going to taste it unadulterated first.
Yes.
Did you like my big word?
That was a big word.
Yeah.
It's actually got a cork.
Oh, fancy. Brandy usually has a cork, though. Just saying.
Really?
Yeah.
So does good bourbon. I don't know. What do you do with brandy?
The only thing I've ever done with it is mix it with eggnog, honestly.
Okay.
My whole life knowledge of brandy is brandy and eggnog. I think some people just sip brandy.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I don't know. It's never been something that I've really done.
The only thing I've ever done with brandy is put it in eggnog.
Honestly, I'm not like a solo liquor drinker anyway. I'm surprised you don't like it more because I feel like brandy is kind of a lot more mellow version of bourbon. Like, it doesn't have the part of whiskey and bourbon that I hate.
I taste. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. Now, of course, someone might point out this is not an expensive bottle of brandy.
No.
Although I really didn't see any crazy expensive bottles of brandy.
But we don't ever get really expensive brandy for our eggnog because we're always mixing it. We're not usually
Right,
drinking it straight.
I don't believe in paying top dollar for top shelf liquor if you're going to mix it with something.
But isn't there like something called like a brandy snifter or something?
Might be.
Like
yeah.
a glass.
Yeah.
I vaguely have
I can see
recollection
that.
of seeing that in some fancy old black and white movie or something.
I don't know. It's not.
Well, they're laughing at me. Thank you.
All right. But it says it's very smooth. VS, very smooth.
That's
Since
what VS stands for.
1852.
So can I give you mine back with a little in it so we don't use too much of it? Because
Yeah,
No, I'm
I'm
gonna
not
save
drinking
it
any
for-
more of it. I'm putting eggnog in.
okay, cool.
Did you need more in there for the eggnog?
It depends on how much eggnog you give me.
We'll find out. Eggnog, which had to take out a second mortgage to buy 2 bottles of it.
And it's not even lactose free. Imagine how much that is. Oh,
Well, that seems like it'd be proportionate to
I
what
think
we
you need a
normally
swizzle
drink.
stick.
A swizzle stick?
Yeah. Should I get you a swizzle stick?
I'm good. You just do this.
Are you swizzling? Oh. What are you, James Bond?
No, I'm stirring it, not shaking it.
That's good because I can't find anything that resembles a swizzle stick. Oh, here.
How about a straw?
about a straw?
Works.
That's for you, California.
Metal. It'll just rust in the ocean.
But we're not going to dispose of it because it's reusable.
Well,
We
yeah,
wash it, we reuse it.
And I have no idea how expensive they were, but I'm pretty sure they were expensive.
You have no idea how expensive anything is except
That
for
is
alcohol.
true. I know how much alcohol
And
costs.
food because you grocery shop.
That is true. Food and alcohol, I can tell you exactly how much something costs. Anything else? No. Ooh, it is good with the eggnog.
Yes.
It calms it down some. You got a little bit of the spice from the eggnog. I can't remember tasting any other brandy though, so I don't really know if it's any better or worse.
It's weird because, when we first got together, brandy was what you had in your eggnog because we couldn't really afford to buy bourbon on top of the brandy that I already had that lasted for I don't know how many years.
Well, you can tell I didn't like it because we had it for years. That's right, we had that bottle for years.
Yeah, because we only drank it at
At
Christmas time.
And we never drank that much of it.
Although now that the family comes for Christmas, it doesn't last as long
Yeah.
because everybody drinks it.
That is true, but for Christmas we're going to have brandy, and we're also going to have a bottle of bourbon.
Mm.
Not really good bourbon, but not really cheap bourbon either.
Well, we're not driving, so whatever. I'm not drinking bourbon either.
Anyhow, I like eggnog. If you like eggnog with brandy, you can try this.
I also want to point out, if you do not like brandy or bourbon and want something else in your eggnog,
Ooh, I know where she's going.
we did compromise for several years between the two and ended up with Bacardi 8
It's an 8-year-old aged rum.
and Bacardi Spice something.
Spice something? I don't remember spice something.
It was like a Captain Morgan, but it was Bacardi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which were both good in eggnog. So, you know, if you need like an alternative, there's
That's
lots of
true.
things you can put in your eggnog. I would not put vodka in my eggnog.
Vodka,
That would be
no.
gross.
Boy, isn't a White Russian vodka?
Yeah, but it's vodka and Kahlua though,
Oh. Vodka and Kahlua. Okay.
with cream.
Anyhow, if
I
you
don't
like,
think I would do that with eggnog though, because that just sounds like too much.
if you want to spice up your eggnog, this is pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have no idea whether it's good brandy or bad brandy. It's not the VSPS. There's one with a bunch of letters. I don't know this. Kind of
I honestly
stuff.
don't know brand names of brandy. I usually just bought like whatever Napoleon brandy there was. That's all I remember is Napoleon. But I don't think that was a brand name. I think it was just a type.
Oh. Created in Europe. Yeah, it doesn't say. Handcrafted oak barrels. How much stuff do we use handcrafted oak barrels for? I wonder if it needs fresh oak barrels. You know what's going to happen someday? The environmentalists are going to kill my bourbon. Because bourbon has to be used a brand new charred oak barrel.
That might happen after you but those brand new barrels are then reused.
That is true. Some of Scotland's finest whiskey makers age that fermented dirt tasting stuff in bourbon barrels that
If
were
it's
already
in
used.
Scotland, is it still whiskey or is it scotch?
Oh, it'd be whiskey. Scotch. Scotch is a type of whiskey. All scotch is whiskey, but all whiskey's not scotch. I don't know. Scotch are funny about their whiskey.
Isn't bourbon the same thing though? Isn't bourbon whiskey, but whiskey's not bourbon?
Right.
So you just pretty much just said bourbon and scotch are the same thing.
But bourbon does not taste like
No,
dirt.
they're not.
Does not taste like dirt.
Anyway,
And for $20, I can find a pretty tasty bottle of bourbon.
none of that
Scotch,
has
yeah.
anything to do with this particular
That's
tasting
true.
that we were doing. So
Anyhow, if you want something to spice your eggnog up, I recommend this.
I also want to send a shout out to TG Lee because I want to say they are my favorite eggnog I think that I've ever had. They're like the creamiest eggnog. So thank you, TG Lee, for giving us good eggnog.
And this
even
is
if
not a
it's
paid partnership.
flipping expensive. No, it is not actually. So I received absolutely nothing from that other than just saying TG Lee and Publix, you know.
All right, but like, subscribe, smash the notification button. Till next time.